Hi friends, welcome back to Toy Lips. So we've got just a week to go for the NECA open pre-orders for their Ninja Turtles animated sewer layer, right? Because of that, and because I have been living for a year with my animated sewer diorama from Extreme Sets, it's a cardboard joint, you know, but I just want people to make the most informed decision that they can. I'm not trying to recommend one way or the other. I would like everybody to have that NECA sewer layer thing, man. It looks pretty sweet. It's just that it's $300 before shipping, before tax. I would like it to be a little cheaper, for sure. You think it's like, well, NECA sees all this money going around, $400 for this, $650 for that. They want a little bit of that too, you know. As though they don't have like 100 different turtle lines going they're fleecing us for. It's fine. It's fine. Do whatever you want with your money. I'm just showing you what the options are. I have the video on my channel where I put this thing together when I got it. But like I said, I've been living with it for a year. And I love this thing. This is where I set up my figures for photography or just general whatever. Random tiny shenanigans. And I keep all of this little... It's a place for all of this weird tiny stuff, you know? I always think of Hank Hill telling Bobby, you shouldn't have little things. So we'll get a little closer to it and I'll show you just a little bit of what I'm doing with it, you know what I mean? You guys see it here all the time when I'm here doing this thing. What else is helpful? Dimension-wise, this thing is just under 42 inches long, the base, the floor piece here. And then it's 25 inches deep. And then you have these pillars here on the side that dictate your height. Those are 14 inches tall. Wait, is it 15? Sorry, you gotta check with Stanley again here. 14 inches tall. 14 and an eighth. This is actually my second diorama from Extreme Sets. Check out their website. Stuff is awesome. Around $65, give or take, depending on the set and the layout. Some are bigger than others. Some are built for detolfs. In fact, I think you can stick each section. I think these will fit. I might be lying about that. I haven't tried. But I did get a chunk of plywood because of the way the floor piece is. It's folded like a game board, so it's not perfectly flat. So I got a piece of plywood for that other one, and I glued the mansion floor down to it. My goal was to glue the sewer base on the other side of the board. I didn't. I just set it here, weighed it down for a long time. It's very flat now. And then it also, the animated sewer layer one, came with this nice tatami floor mat here. Just a piece of cardboard, but it's printed really nicely. But of course, if you got the Splinter and Baxter Stockman 2-pack, you get a little felt one like this from NECA. That's not too shabby either if you want a little more floor space or to divvy this up better, because this big one takes up quite a bit of room. I was digging that out and I found my little blueprint schematics here for the android body. My body! Let's get closer to the action. Tightening up on the scene here, you can see these wall pieces are all separate and you can stick those in wherever. And you get these little support pillars. Some of the wall pieces, they slot right into those for stability. And you can do, unique things. Like I've fudged this one out a little bit. I've gapped it out a little, and I put that little insert back there just for a little sense of depth. And it's like there's another room there, and that's where I got the portal for now. Ooh, don't mind the pleasure, man.
You touch my tra-la-la.
Couple of Mikeys here. You can see this is an animated aesthetic, so he fits better. But you could throw your movie stuff in here. Or you could get a movie-based one from Extreme Sets. You could stuff some stuff back in there. That one's kind of, that little backdrop is okay, but it's missing on the top there. Don't look. Check it out. You got a ladder. I stuck some rats on there. I even stuck a little, what is that, DC Multiverse stand up there, so it kind of looks like, it's a 1/12 scale Jag, and so you got all this little, a home for all these little accessories. I'm always changing them, moving them, poking them with sticks, singing off key to them. Little computer, little dish of rats. Old school Micro Machine Star Wars stuff. And so this pop-up thing too, it came with this little TV as well, which I stacked things on there. Set some sketches. The Ultimate Nullifier, Kimoyo beads. The picture! Oh! Big shout out to Mr. Dan Wiesenmeyer. That is a vintage Peter Parker camera from the old 94 Spider-Man line. Popping down here, underneath you get all this other cool stuff, just things to throw in there, actual arcade machines, more diorama pieces, but I got a couple of these TVs too that they put out. I haven't opened any yet, but wouldn't that be cool? While we're over here, of course, something like this, you guys all probably have something like this going on with all the crazy pieces from all the crazy companies. second story here, and I've got mansion pieces. We got the Dock Shore Club going, a little arcade. The mansion diorama came with this slightly newer TV, some donuts and such. Vintage Polly Pocket Bebop. Frog Friends. One of my very favorite figures, the Sentinel SV Action Peter B. Parker. That dude is never too far from me. Little Sergeant Slaughter figure. And check those guys out. With a week to go in that campaign, I wanted you guys to be able to get a slightly closer look at this thing all in action. Just to help you just be better informed, man. Buy that NECA one if you want. But, man, these are nice. I would definitely recommend you checking out their website. That's extremesetsincorporated.com. Okay, still here? I got one more thing before we go. Got this box. Just showed up. Something I bought the other day. Something I kind of always wanted, but wasn't comfortable with the price, and then just frankly didn't pay attention to for a long time. But with the advent of the hot new one, I'm like, maybe I could just slip in and get me this guy. Where is that knife? There we go. You know, packaging too. I was pretty happy with like the USPS. I felt like there was a little more care with their stuff. That said, somebody straight attacked this box. It's usually the private stuff. Amazon especially, FedEx, UPS. Those are the guys that like spend their work hours demolishing people's stuff, or at least trying to. Whatever that is. Or trying to like go as hard as they can but not completely destroy it. I don't know what that is. You ever gotten those notifications that said it was lost in transit or something vague like that? Like, what does that mean, man? It's just ruthless. You're just destroying stuff. This is stuff people work hard to pay for. Don't, you know? You're simply a custodian of it if you're moving these things. It should be awesome. You guys are going to flip. You see this. You're going to be like, you know. What is it? Look, I never had this before. And now I do. This is the original. This is the vintage classic Bucky cap here. From when? The Return of Marvel Legends. I'll put a spotlight on that again. These guys are trying to capitalize on like a 20-year anniversary. It's like, A, that wasn't even your company, and two, there was a year where there was a period of years where they took a break here while they did the Marvel Universe line. Some people get confused, but they came back 2012-ish here. That's when this is from, right? The Arnim Zola Build-A-Figure. And I still have no Zola because I let this slide. I was like, whatever. And then again, it's just a Bucky cap. But for me, I'm a sicko. I guess some people say completionist. Sicko. So I found this for $27. It used to be $20, and I consider that not bad at all. I was comfortable paying that to have this crusty old figure. And that is such a clean card. Maybe I'll save it, but let's not kid ourselves. I want him out here for comparisons, for messing around with. He doesn't look too bad. He's so leathery. That body is so leathery. The places that they use it, I never hated it. It's got all the nice articulation cuts. They just don't work that great. And they certainly don't work for 16-year-old boys. Don't use this body for 16-year-old boys. Just super striated, leathery like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Or is it crazy for me to buy this now? Do whatever you want. I feel better having this here. And I sure feel good having all you guys here too. I really appreciate the continued support as I try to get back on my feet and just make sense of everything. Throughout it all, my brother has established a dialogue again after a period of years, so this is cool. Stop slapping your leg, weirdo. Anyway, you got one more week to think about that NECA sewer layer thing if you haven't decided yet. And if you haven't checked out the Extreme Sets website, man, do so. These are killer. These are killer. Again, I found this at my local comic store. Things from Another World. And now my dear friend Kevlar is going to play us out.